Hello everyone, my name is SwingPoynt and welcome to Resident Evil Resistance. This is the multiplayer game bundled with Resident Evil 3. And today I'm really excited to come back to the guy who's always breaking the meta, Spencer. He brought it with Supercore Spencer. He brought it with Everything Spencer, or as my friend Senna would call him, Solitaire Spencer. And today I got a new one for you that we cooked up last night on stream called Super Spam Spencer, because I think it's in the same tier as Supercore was. It stomps teams. We played it all night last night. We didn't lose once, and only one team got to Area 3, and then they got team wiped. So I have a feeling if we can win an entire night's worth of games, it's at least worth making a video. So it's pretty basic. Let's go into Spencer here, and I'll go through what his cards are, what his skills are, what his equipment is, and then I'm going to tell you, why we're doing what we're doing, and then I'll show you what it looks like in a match, okay? So let's start from the top down with this Fever skill. For his Fever skill, we're going to run Refract. This is his new one. He unlocks at level 35, and Refract is awesome. Picture the D field, except picture a whole line of D fields going all out at the same time. And then they go bump, 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 and they just melt everything in their way. Refract is awesome. You don't get it as often as Generator, but you get a lot better results with Refract, so we're going Refract. And then for his first passive, we're going to run Deadbolt. This is a super spam Spencer, meaning a lot of creatures. So Deadbolt's going to be really nice at keeping people in areas, splitting people up, and buying more time for you to get bites off with your creatures, to do damage, to do infection, etc., etc. Okay? For his second passive, it's going to be Symbiosis. Symbiosis is so good, and it pretty much allows you to take 1 point off of bioenergy on every single card you use. So it's great for your economy, and frankly, without it, we wouldn't be able to spam so much as Spencer. For his Area 2 card, we're going to run Invulnerability Anchor. The way this card works, in case you guys aren't familiar, I see some people that don't really know what's going on. The way Invulnerability Anchor works is you have a camera, and it operates like a firearm. You shoot down at the ground, and in a little radius around where you shot, creatures are going to become invulnerable. And there's going to be a little line coming out of the camera to each creature that is affected by it. While the creatures are invulnerable, they're going to be glowing gold. You'll be able to tell which ones are invulnerable, and that means they can't take damage, they don't take stuns, don't knock them over, nothing. They'll just eat everything. The only way you really knock them on their back is if you bite somebody and then push them off of you. You can't do anything to these creatures, so it's really nice to use this on Yorick. The way you counter this is you just shoot out the camera. Another thing to keep in mind with Invulnerability Anchor is when you use it, you can't do anything else on your camera, so you may as well control a creature and try to get the most out of it. When you're using Invulnerability Anchor, if you break line of sight with the camera, the anchor will no longer be working on that creature, so you don't want to go through a doorway and then break the little laser that's connected to the camera. Okay? For the Area 3 skill, you have Hypercharge. It's kind of redundant because everything in this deck is only going to cost 1 with the exception of 1 creature, and he's only going to cost 2. So it's really not going to help you, but at least it's not going to clog your deck like Shuffle Mod and Overcharge Mod. If there's going to be any use for it, it's going to be if you don't properly cycle with Symbiosis, it opens up a little bit of freedom for you there. Now we have our equipment here, but I want to go to the deck first because I feel like explaining the deck is going to help you more than just going straight to the equipment. So for the deck, it's pretty basic. It's just a bunch of creatures and then a bunch of sprays. And if you take a look at the cost of all these creatures, the real benefit of this deck with Symbiosis comes in the alternating of the creatures and the sprays. So if you're not familiar with Symbiosis yet, after using a skill card, it temporarily lowers the cost of skill cards that are of a different type by 1. If you don't know what a different type means, that means these categories right here. There is creatures, trap, firearms, effects, and mods. Now, creatures, pretty self-explanatory, but now we also have our effects cards. So effects cards are going to be the sprays. Creatures are going to be the creatures, and then we also have a trap card in there to help out with Deadbolt. Lockdown Trap is going to be really nice with Deadbolt, and it's going to work really well with this deck because there's going to be so many creatures over the top of everything that the survivors are very often going to step on the traps. So in practice, how this is going to work is we have creature mod efficiency in here, which brings the cost down of all our creatures by 1. So that means that Imposter Zombie is going to cost 2, Lockdown Trap is going to cost 2, Dealer is going to cost 2, Tough Zombie is going to cost 3, Zombie's going to cost 2, and then all these are going to cost 2. But if you properly cycle with Symbiosis and you alternate between effect cards and creature cards, or you get your trap card in there, suddenly the Imposter Zombie only costs 1. Your Lockdown Trap only costs 1. Your Dealer, 1. Your Tough Zombie, he's going to cost 2. Double Zombie, 1. Sprays, every single one of them is only going to cost 1. So Spencer's going to be doing a ton and be able to put a bunch of stuff on the ground, and he's hardly going to have to spend anything, which is how you can just put so many creatures on the ground, hence the super spam. This build works in a way where you don't even have to be on the other side of the door to ambush the survivors. You can just start placing zombies in front of the door and then on the other side of the door to give them that double layer of resistance. And frankly, you can recover so quickly that this, again, like Supercore Spencer was, is a resource drainer. You can operate very well in Area 1 with this card, and because of that, you can destroy their economy early, which sets them off on a really bad path for the rest of the game. And not only that, your creatures get more health per area. Area 2, they get 20% more health, and then Area 3, they'll have a total of 50% more health. So your creatures get stronger as this goes on, and you're just destroying their economy the entire way you go. And then on top of that, so again, I really believe in this build. On top of that, you can control your creatures over and over and over again to just get bites in, to get swipes in, to down them. And then, on top of that, when they try doing an objective, you got freaking refract over the top of it. There's a reason why we didn't lose last night with this build. It's because it's got a lot going on for it. And, oh, on top of that, you've got Deadbolt going, so you're making them have to bust through level 3 doors. It does a lot, man. So let's go on to the equipment here to complement the deck. So we're gonna run just a little bit of creature health and then miniature reactor to get a little more bioenergy. He's already not spending much as it is, but I just like having it. You can do whatever you want with your equipment here. The main thing you're really gonna need is Fresh Blood 3. Fresh Blood 3 makes it so creatures are more likely to bite survivors. A lot of times when a survivor runs by a creature, the creature will just be like, ugh, with this half-inspired swing at the survivor. With Fresh Blood, they're way more likely to go ahead and try to bite and grab and keep the survivor in place, which is really, really nice because you can just get 15 seconds off, 15 seconds off, 15 seconds off. On top of that, you're going to be controlling creatures and timing bites and chain biting. And a pro tip, if you want to get a really fast bite off, bite them in the back. That goes boom like that. You get your 15 seconds and they won't be able to shoot you off in the middle of your bite. Now, I do think that there's ways to counter this build. In the description, I have a link for Pyrone. That's a build that we did a couple days ago. Pyrone is insanely effective against this because he has a ton of torch. He doesn't run out of durability, so his economy can withstand a lot of what Spencer throws at him. He can barge through doors very quickly, and he can avoid grabs. He takes pretty much everything that the Spencer does and can deal with it. On top of that, I think a Martin would do a lot of favors too, because Martin can do a lot of stunning, he can do a lot of crowd controlling, and he can run over traps if he needs to, so those lockdown traps aren't going to affect him. For the other two, I would like to have a Valerie going up against this, just because she's Valerie and she can do everything. And then for the fourth person, that's really up to you. The biggest thing about countering this build is recognizing it. Buy flashbangs if you can, a surplus on Val go a long way, Pyrone, Martin, and you might be in a good spot. Okay? So now I want to show you 2 matches today instead of just 1. The first one will be how it typically goes, where you just squash them in Area 1. And then I want to show you the 1 match where a team managed to get to Area 3. And frankly, it was because a Pyrone type build was carrying them. But they fought really well and they did really well, so I want you to see what it looks like over the course of a long match. And without further introduction, here are the matches that we streamed on Twitch last night.
And would you be so kind as to get me my slippers, Patrick? Thank you. Is this microphone on? 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing. Damn thing. Welcome, subjects. Prepare to assist me or die on the altar of my ascension. Finding the lock is useless without the keys.
We're all sticking together.
Existence elevated to purpose by might.
That's good for me.
I am waiting for your death. Not long now. I am coming to get you. Go ahead, take it.
Better than I could have done.
Tear out your insides myself.
We're doing lockdown. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna run out of resources.
All lesser creatures can benefit from my control.
He's down to his mup because he ran out of stuff.
This is rightfully mine. I am coming to get you.
Pretty sure this is a SWAT squad chat. Got a feeling they were working like this is a team.
All lesser creatures can benefit from my control. Go fast. This test will end before it is barely begun.
Zip ammo.
Is this all you can do? Find this existence elevated to purpose by my touch. Your life, worthless.
And would you be so kind as to get me my slippers, Patrick? Thank you. Is this microphone on? 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing. Damn thing.
No creature mod, huh?
Welcome, subjects. Prepare to assist me or die on the altar of my ascension.
I will tear out your insides myself.
Good kick. It's Pyrone. There it is. Okay, it's fine.
Finding the lock is useless without the keys.
I am coming to get you.
Oh, I got the swipe right before he kicked me. Nice. You'll run out eventually.
Go ahead, take it.
There's gotta be something useful here.
Allow the fear to consume you.
Here?
Wait, what? Do you have door busting on as Val?
Elevated to purpose by my touch.
A child should have found that.
She has to have. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. I should have protected the other area.
Does the sound of their breath make you tingle with fear? All lesser creatures can benefit from my control.
say, how are you not dying?
Your breathing quickens. The virus stirs inside you.
Whoa, that was too close.
I savor the taste of stolen home. Mindless existence elevated to purpose by my touch.
Locked.
Where y'all go?
All lesser creatures can benefit from my control. I am coming to get you.
Okay.
A modest success for you. I would not be too pleased with yourselves. Good, good. The results are fascinating. Continue.
Got a locked door.
Still lagging.
I will tear out your insides myself.
I am coming
That's
to
how you
get
counter Pyron.
Let's go.
What does it feel like when the virus struggles to control your final breath?
Even with inferior subjects. I
Valdez,
expected
yeah, there's
better.
definitely some lag going on here.
I will tear out your insides myself.
Need more than bullets. Enemies will be destroyed.
Take it easy. There is more testing to be done.
Trapped in a maze.
Your heart beats faster.
The reek of the undead fills the air, triggering your body's fear responses.
I might be.
One more reason for you to be afraid. Mindless existence elevated to purpose by my touch.
Let's get through this fast.
Bye, guys.
All lesser creatures can benefit from my control.
Mindless existence elevated to purpose by my touch.
They're trying. Pyron's helping.
All lesser creatures can benefit from my control.
Not go faster than I will be forced to terminate this experiment, and you with it.
You're finished.
Open the bag. Oh my god, they got time. They're fighting.
You think this impresses me? Do you think that I will take pity on your vain efforts to survive?
It's the Pyrone that's doing the carrying. Absolutely. Go, go, go. Pyrone's really good,
Do
man.
not think you have achieved anything.
I'm trying to tell people.
I have more traps ahead.
Actually, you know what?
I will tear out your insides myself.
I am coming to get you. You stand on the knife edge of mortality. All lesser creatures can benefit from my control.
GG.
Your mortal.
These are your last moments. Relish the final breaths. Your life. Worthless.
Let me know what you guys think of this build. Go ahead and use it yourself. It brings it, man. It's good. survivors always figure things out and they always find a way. So I do imagine people are gonna figure this build out. But for right now, you're gonna get a lot of success with it because it stomps and it has a lot of reasons why it stomps. So I'm excited for you. Let me know if it works out for you. Let me know if you see other masterminds using it. And with that, thank you so much. You guys are the best. And I'll see you in the next video, or maybe in the next Twitch stream that we do around here.